Welcome to the Create a Wrestler demo video for Total Control Wrestling. Today, we will show you the process for creating a wrestler to use in your own promotion that you can create in TCW. The game already comes with a roster of more than 25 characters. There are a variety of male and female wrestlers, plus a few managers thrown into the mix just to round out the roster a bit. These wrestlers are ready to use, allowing players to quick start their promotion as soon as they get the game, read the rules, and get familiar with them. But today we're going to show you the process for creating your own wrestlers to add to the mix of the roster of wrestlers already included in Total Control Wrestling. Joining me today for the video are these two gentlemen. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Ben. I'm a local radio personality and do some TV as well, and on top of that, big wrestling fan.
I am Michael Doherty. I work pretty much commentary for a couple promotions out here in the Pittsburgh Indies. I'm also a huge wrestling fan.
All right, so without further ado, we're going to start rolling some dice, letting our creativity and our imaginations take total control. So first, I should explain to you watching the video that the game is based on the percentile dice, the percentile-based system. It's all the stats and numbers are from 01 to 100. It's the standard, percentile dice that we use to roll for stats. So just to get that out there first, so you understand. Stats are based from 25 to 100, though. Anything from 01 to 24 gets bumped up to 25 because every wrestler is a little better than the average person. So at the very worst, they're going to be a 25 out of 100 in any category. Now, every wrestler is based on 6 attributes: strength, agility, technical, intelligence, charisma, and mic. I'm not going to go into the process of what they all mean and what they all break down because we're trying to keep the video a little bit shorter, but there are 6 attributes. When you're creating your wrestler, though, you get to roll the dice 7 times. You keep the best 6, you throw out the lowest number. How many? 7. That's a weird way to do 7. All right, so with that said, who wants to roll the dice first?
Okay.
All right, give me 7 rolls of the dice. I'll write it down.
Okay, 7 rolls.
7 rolls. We got a 75.
Yep.
We got a 33. We have a 13. Now, nothing can be under 25, so that number gets automatically jumped up to a 25. We have a 40. We have a 78. We have an 86. There's a good roll. And a 51. Remind me not to take you to Vegas. All right, so those are your 7. The numbers being 86, 51, 75, 40, 78, 33, and we're throwing out the lowest number of 45. Those will be the numbers you'll get to work with. Now we'll go over to my other compatriot's roll for his 7. We got a 34. We have an 08, which nothing can be under 25, so that one gets bumped up to 25. 42. A 71. Rolls are getting better.
Try.
68. A 92.
6.
And round it out with 49, because why wouldn't you? All right. So now, each player kind of has an idea of the numbers they're going to work with for their 6 attribute scores. Before they can place those scores, though, we need to kind of find out what their wrestlers look like. So we're going to randomly roll for each wrestler's height and weight. So we'll let Doc go first. All right. And he rolls a 49. So that tells me your wrestler's 5 feet 11 plus, roll that dice, that many inches tall. And we got a 1, so your wrestler is 6 feet tall. So on your wrestler sheet on page 2, under height, we're going to write 6 feet. Now, height and weight chart also has a corresponding weight that goes along with each height to keep everything balanced out. So you're going to roll 6d6 and then add it to a number, and we're going to give you the weight. All right, so okay, roll that one more time. We got to do 6 of them, and that was only 3. And adding it all up, I believe you're 246 pounds. So, Doc's wrestler now has a height of 6 feet tall, weight 246. Pretty sturdy built person there. All right, let's go over here for the other side. You roll yours.
Keep them.
Yeah. And you've got a 22, so you got a short little guy. He's going to be 5'7", plus a d6 of inches. And that's going to be plus 3. It's going to make you 5 feet 10. And corresponding weight roll is going to be 4d8. So roll those twice. So we're going to add that. And one more time. And those with the base number is going to make you 188 pounds. So we have one wrestler that is 6 feet tall, 246, right? And one wrestler who's 5'10", 188. Quite a discrepancy there in the sizes. But that's the way the game works. It's built to give you the opportunity to have a wide variety of types of wrestlers. So now you kind of got an idea for what your wrestlers are going to look like. Do you want to name them now, or do you want to wait and do that in a little bit?
We'll wait till it.
All right, we'll wait toward the end. All right, let's find out how old your wrestlers are. Doc, you go ahead and give her the toss there. All right, so your wrestler is going to be a little bit on the younger side, and it's going to be, roll that one. On the age chart, you're going to subtract 2, so your wrestler's going to be 28 years old.
I'll take it.
Ah. He's kind of been around the business a little bit. Over here, oh, you're a very young wrestler, so we're going to roll a d10 to take away some numbers. And you're going to be 23.
I wish.
Those were the days. All right, so we have an idea of height, weight, age. After you have that, now you need to pick a style, a type of way a wrestler normally wrestles a match. You're not bound by that with every match you go with. Things are going to change. Wrestlers do different things in different matches. But kind of the basic archetype of how they wrestle most matches. Now, there are 5 standard types that we have included in the game. Brawler, powerhouse, technician, flyer, and MMA-style fighter striker. You can also do hybrids of those, kind of mixing and matching, because in this day and age, in modern wrestling, as some people call it, nobody is a pure powerhouse, nobody is a pure flyer. People do various things in different ways and mix and match styles. So, based on your wrestler's appearance, what do you got for a style choice?
I'm going to go with like a hybrid.
Okay.
I'm just going to go technician, striker.
A technical striker. Sounds like a good thing. All right. So on your page 1 under style, go ahead and put that in there. Technical striker, technician striker, whatever you want to call it. What do you got for your little guy over there?
Well, since he's only 5'10", I wish I was 5'10", but since he's only 5'10" and 188, we're going to make him a flyer.
All right, we're going to have a high flyer. We're going to have a technical striker. Those are going to be the 2. All right. Every wrestler kind of abides by a code of conduct. We have the good guys, known as faces. We have the bad guys, known as heels. There's also a third group that we call tweeners that kind of walk the line in between. We're going to stay away from that right now. That'll get into more detail in the rule book when you get to it. For right now, what are you guys thinking? Face, heel, what do you got?
I'm probably going to be a baby face since he's younger than a flyer.
All right, we got a high flying baby face. That'll go in your alignment.
I'm definitely going to go with the heel. I got to, but my buddy here, Joey J, representing him. We're going to go with the heel.
We're going to go with the heel side. All right. Now that you have an idea of what your wrestler is and how your wrestler looks, this is the time when you kind of maybe want to name him, give him a gimmick, and kind of have an idea of where you want to go with the character. So, let's name some wrestlers. What do you got? Who's going first?
My guy is going to be known as Magnificent Mitchell Dyson.
Magnificent Mitchell Dyson. All right. What do we have on the babyface side?
The babyface will be named Attack from Above David Winger.
Attack from above. I hope he doesn't have that all the way across his tights. David Winger. I didn't know what these were going to be when we sat down, folks, just so you know. I'm just as surprised and dumbfounded as you are. All right, you got it all written down on your name chart.
Yes.
All right, now that we know what your wrestler looks like, you have an appearance, you even kind of have a little bit of a gimmick for him, this is where we get to place your attribute scores. So you can decide in whatever order you want to place the roles that you had earlier. So we have the numbers written down for you, right? Okay, so Each archetype has a suggested order of highest to lowest for how you want to build the wrestler. You're not bound by that in the game either. You can do it however you want. You could build a guy, call him a powerhouse, and give him the lowest strength possible. There's nothing stopping you. It's the beauty of total control wrestling. The guy might have a wimpy 25 strength, but think he's a powerhouse, and that's what he believes. But for you guys, we're kind of sticking more along the script here. Mm-hmm. So for our brawler, our technical brawler, mm-hmm. he's probably going to be based highest to lowest, something like, strength in technical, and then, agility and intelligence after that.
Yeah.
And then for the other two attributes, charisma and mic, those are non-wrestling attributes. Those factor into feuds and how the crowd perceives a wrestler when he's involved in storylines and angles and feuds. So you may want to take into account for how much the crowd will react to him, and that's what his charisma is based on, and his mic skills are how well he does when talking in any of those kind of scenarios and segments. So you've got 6 to pick from, 6 scores. How do you want to lay them out?
I'm looking at this 86, and I definitely want to give Mitchell an 86 in strength.
86 in strength. He's going to be a strong fella. Makes sense. He's going to be doing a lot of striking.
Agility, let's go 51.
51, kind of mid-range. Okay.
Danny's kind of a diva. Technical, let's go 75.
75. So he's got some submission wrestling to him. I see that.
Intelligence, he doesn't use his head too much, so I'm going to have to go for 40.
Okay. If you're going to go step in, yeah, sure. If you're going to go step into a cage and let somebody else punch you, I can see why your intelligence might be down.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And how about the crowd reaction? What's his natural charisma? Does the crowd
78? He's
70.
Okay, so more heat than.
Okay, now for those that aren't familiar yet with the game and the rules, charisma, the number, doesn't tell you how much the fans like your wrestler. The higher your charisma doesn't mean you're a big or good guy. It just means that's how your chance of the crowd reacting to your character, whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. So Doc's 78 charisma, if he comes out and does something and he rolls to see if the crowd reacts, and he rolls good on makes a good roll, it means the crowd reacts and boos his character. It doesn't mean, yay, they cheer him. They're going to boo the bad guy. So what number you have left for his talking abilities?
We're going to have to go 33.
33.
Which is actually perfect, I think.
You don't, not much of a talker. He's more of an action kind of guy.
Well, think about it. Look, if you look back in the day at the model Rick Martel, the simple fact is the man brought out essence. He really didn't have to talk. I mean, he was just spraying that stuff around, and I mean, the crowd hated him so much. And when he would do his promos, it'd be 1 or 2 sentences, and he was out.
And he got his point across, and that was that.
Yes.
Okay. What do we have over here?
Well, we got a flyer, and judging by the numbers and the way you broke down for strength, since he is a smaller guy as well, we're going to give him a 34.
So we're going to take his smallest number and throw it in strength.
Agility, again, just his opposite. He's off the ropes a lot. He does a lot of high-flying stuff, so we're going to use my biggest number, which is a 92.
Okay.
Technical, I mean, they got to hit the ground at some point before I jump off set of ropes. So we're going to go with 68 there. And intelligence, well, just like Doc's character, sometimes you may not have the most because you're willing to jump off the top rope.
Jump off the tall things onto other people.
Yeah, so we're going to do a 49 with that.
Okay. How does the crowd react to him?
Pretty good. He's young. He's cheering. All the kids love him. So we're going to go with a 71.
Okay.
And as far as Mike goes, it's kind of like what Doc said, more in the ring than... You can see what he does more than when he talks about what he does. So kind of like, maybe, as an example, the luchadors in WCW back in the mid to late 90s. That kind of thing. So that's, what number was that? 42.
We'll leave El Dandy out of this class.
Okay. Who are you to doubt El Dandy?
I'm just saying.
That should be on a t-shirt.
Write
that down. Okay. Now, we kind of have an idea of what everybody looks like. We got an idea of what their skill set's going to be. We're going to find out what we call the total wrestler value. That is all of their attributes added up for their final score. That kind of defines, it's kind of a snapshot of where they fit on the roster, on the card, as far as a promotion goes. And there's a breakdown of the way that works. Up to 300 total points, you're a jobber. 301 to 325, you're an opener. 326 to 340, lower mid card. 341 to 360, you are the mid card. 361 to 375, upper mid card. 376 to 400 points, you're in the main event most of the time. 400 and above, you are a legendary performer in and out of the ring. So, let's add up and do total wrestler values here. I did some quick math. And what do we got here? You gonna add them up? You guys add them up. Go ahead. I was told there would be no math.
Yes, he's a calculator.
Go ahead.
I'm doing it the way they taught us in 2nd grade.
You cheated there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, what do you got?
363.
363. So, Magnificent Mitchell Dyson at 363 comes in right at the bottom edge of the upper mid card. So he's above the mid card, getting toward the main event, but he's just starting down that path.
Mid-level.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go with it.
All right.
Mine is 356.
356 for our flyer over there is solidly in the mid card, almost into the upper mid card. So he's a developing, young, up-and-coming guy. A lot of potential at age 23.
He's going to move some merch.
He's going to move merchandise. That's what he's there for. Okay. Now, we're not going to go through the entire process to break down attack skill and defense skill and walk you through all that. That's in the rulebook. I'm going to shortcut the process, tell you what each of these guys' attack skills and defense skills are, and give you a quick overview of what those mean in terms of the game. So, Doc's wrestler, his attack skill, when we figured it out, came out to an 89, which is a pretty decent number. His defense skill is a 25, which is also a pretty decent number. Our high flyer over there, what did we get for his attack skill?
79.
79. So it's a little lower. He's not as good offensively. But whenever the match is against him on the defensive side, what do you got?
31.
Okay. So when a match takes place, a wrestler's attack skill defines how well he performs when he wins a match, and that will affect how much XP he gets in matches that he wins. The higher the number, the more XP you're going to get. The same thing applies with defense skill. If a wrestler loses a match, the higher his defense skill, the more XP he's going to get in a match, because he performs better when he's fighting from underneath. That's the quick overview for attack skill, defense skill. We're not going through the whole process. You'll get that in the rulebook itself. All right, as we continue with making these wrestlers, we're going to find out what each wrestler's heat effect bonus is, and that's based off their charisma and microphone skills, which is back over on the front page of the chart there. This is tied into feuds and rivalries and how well the crowd reacts to your character, which I kind of touched on earlier. And again, this is just a brief mention of how it works. But if your character has a high mic skill or a high charisma skill and they succeed on their role for the crowd reacting to what they did and what they were a part of, if they have an extra high skill, they get to roll an extra die, get some more bonus XP points added to the feud, which helps build the feud. The more feud gets built in heat, the more XP it's worth at the end for the winner and the loser of the feud. So just a quick look at what the heat effect bonus is. So to find out what you guys' heat effect bonus are, what is your charisma skill?
My charisma skill is a 78.
So it's plus 1d6 for your heat effect bonus on charisma. And your mic skill, which was not real good if memory serves, is
33.
0. So he will not get any bonus points because even if his mic skill gets over, because it's not real good, the crowd's not going to give him any extra pop, anything extra for his feud. What do we have on the other side?
Charisma is close to Michael. 71.
Also plus 1d6.
And my mic's not real high. It's 42.
It's also a 0. So, yeah, you don't get to pick up any extra feud points until you get up into the 50s, just for a point of reference. With that out of the way, now we're going to get into the last little bits of what happens with the wrestler, and this is all in the hands of the players. This is the miscellaneous info, the personalities, the characters, the gimmicks, what they come up with, finishers, their signature holds, entrance themes, that kind of thing. So let's start at the top. What do you got for that gimmick personality category?
My guy, very cocky, very conceited, all about looks and being the top guy in the company.
Okay. What do you got for your gimmick?
Basically the all-American kind of athlete, maybe collegiate gymnast or something like that, parkour,
Okay.
something to that effect.
I got you. What do you got for a finish?
Finishing maneuver, it would be the one-winged angel, which I have dubbed it the 50 Shades.
50 Shades. Okay. What do you got for... Well, give me your signatures while we're after it.
The signature maneuver will be the flying headbutt off the top rope, which I refer to as the one-night stand.
All right. What do we have over here for what? A ball?
Attack from above.
Attack from
Come
above.
on. You're supposed to be promoting this. No, his finish, he'll use a shooting star from the top. And as far as signatures, anything springboardy, brainbuster, suplex,
Okay.
classic, impactful stuff.
All right.
But go ahead.
Okay. So, now I got an idea what your guy looks like.
Mhm.
We got a feel for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me when he comes to the ring, what's the entrance music and how does he come to the ring?
He will be coming to the ring by the 80s hit classic Two of Hearts by Stacey Q. The entrance will be nothing but pink lighting. There will be a long-winded introduction, so when the ring announcers keeps going on and on, the people are going to be like, please shut up, God, already. And there will be a scent pumped into the building of the cologne called SoCal by Hollister.
Oh my. Okay. So
That's a lot of production.
There is a lot of production into this
Well, he's
guy.
magnificent. It has to be.
Okay. All right. We're trying to get him from the upper mid card to the main event.
Yes, we
by
are.
doing this stuff. Okay. So on the other side.
Thanks, Watts.
Well, first of all, I can't possibly compete with Two of Hearts except to maybe go with some Juice Newton. But for now, we'll use the old Kenny Loggins classic Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
Our ages are showing right now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
As far as the entrance itself, he's fired up. He's ready to go. He's coming down the aisle at a high rate of speed. Hopefully he doesn't trip and fall under the ring, but with his agility, we should be okay.
All right. And
If
so
that happens, it would be
Worldwide?
Worldwide. Be attacked from below. So, all right. With all of that said, you now kind of have an idea of how to create a wrestler, and these two wrestlers are ready to step into the ring and compete in the TCW. So, make sure you click on the link, get to our Kickstarter page, and back our project. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.